Hey guys, Martinkin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be checking out the physical Beerus and his EZA against Fusion ZAMASU. This is the big event I really wanted to try and test him out in, see how well he can do. So, because we have a Realm of Gods enemy, we obviously change orbs, so we can get our 7 orbs here to get the extra damage reduction before we attack. Now, linked up with Gowasu and ZAMASU, he's going to have Fierce Battle and Godly Power. Obviously, we want Vegito in slot 3. Unfortunate that Vegito's on turn 1, because usually against the Int ZAMASU, I'd want to use an item here to protect Vegito. But I do want to see what kind of damage Beerus is taking in slot 1. So I won't use an item here, and then obviously if we die, we'll just jump back in. But yeah, one big problem with Beerus, I think, when it comes to where I would rank him overall, I'll probably, after having playing around with him more today, I'll probably do an EZA units tier list for tomorrow or something. But the one downside for him is the 200% teams that he's on. We've already showed him off on Bond of Master and Disciple. This is the AGL Blue Boys team, because one of their 170 leads is Battle of Fate, and then the plus 30% is Realm of Gods. The problem is, like, Beerus and Whis aren't on this team. There isn't really a standalone Whis that is very good at the moment, and I guess they wouldn't be on his team anyway, right? Because Whis isn't going to be on Battle of Fate, Future Saga, or Power Beyond Super Saiyan. And unfortunately, when it comes to his link set, linking up with a bunch of Saiyan units is not exactly Beerus's forte, right? So it'll be interesting to see how well he does on this team without that. I mean, we are going to have Bulma on the next rotation with him as well to help him out here. So I think we could still get some pretty decent numbers out of him. We're just going to have to see how it goes, right? So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how well he does here in slot 1. With the defensive support from Gowasu and ZAMASU, he is starting the turn at 242k defense. Of course, as soon as he gets hit for the first time, he is going to get 150% extra attack and defense, right? So his defense is going up to like over 500k when he takes that first hit, and he's got 70% damage reduction in slot 1. So as long as the first hit isn't a super, then he should be taking, I would imagine, double-digit damage from both the AoE and the super attack, right? If it, of course, they didn't dodge. Okay, well, here we go. I mean, this is pretty much everything I wanted to see, like, on turn 1. So good thing Vegito didn't die. Yeah, double-digit damage. So yeah, he takes double-digit damage in slot 1 from a super attack from the Fusion ZAMASU. That is very, very good. Sadly, the only way we live this turn now is if Gowasu and ZAMASU and Vegito actually dodge, like, everything. And then I don't know if we can even survive the turn after that, to be honest. But I mean, yeah, that obviously we're going to jump back in. I want to see him progress through the event, but those were two of the main things I wanted to see from this video, right? Is him taking the super in slot 1, him taking the AoE. Now, obviously, the big thing I want to try and be able to see, if we can get to that point with our 3 attempts, is him taking a super in slot 1 from physical Fusion ZAMASU, because obviously he's going to have that big damage reduction, but he's going to be type neutral. So it's going to be a bit of a different situation. How do I want to do this here? I think the friend one is probably very likely to get me killed here, because I have to put them in slot 3. So I'm going to do this, and then we'll grab these just for the same type orbs, get a little bit of a heal. I mean, we kind of need to just get a full dodge turn here if we're gonna live, but oh, we're going to be cutting it close. Come on, boys. You got this, right? You going to dodge this? No, he didn't dodge this. Well, okay. All right, well, let's jump back in and get some more Beerus action on the go. Hey guys, Ningen here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to my second channel. For those of you guys who have not seen it yet, I do have another channel. It's called Ningen Plays. Over here is where I'll be doing all sorts of non-Dokkan related stuff. Because obviously YouTube doesn't like it when you build a channel with one game and then start playing a bunch of other games. So since I enjoy streaming so much, if I'm going to be playing other random games like new releases, DLC, all that kind of stuff, I now have a place where I stream that stuff live. So if you do enjoy hanging out in the normal streams, you like the vibes with the community, do come over and check out the second channel. We're working our way towards 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So hopefully you guys will come and check it out. Obviously, you know, just like the normal streams, we still talk about all sorts of stuff over here. So if you want to drop by and talk about the latest Dokkan news and all that kind of stuff while chilling out and watching me play other games, this is the place you can come and do so. So hopefully I will see you guys there. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, so we are back in another run here. Beerus was in slot 7, and normally when it comes to showcase setups, obviously that's not really what we want to see, but Vegito was on the first turn again, so with Beerus in slot 7, I figured it was probably a good opportunity to just throw out a Wii straight away on turn 1, have the protection for these first 2 turns, and then we can get to turn 3 with Beerus on rotation and not have the item active, and also not have to worry about Tech Vegito taking the AoE, right? So on turn 2, we did have Bulma here, and we did get her orbs for her support. So her support, of course, going to carry over to the next turn for Beerus, and then we're going to see how well he gets on. We've done a reasonable amount of damage. Obviously wasn't going for like as much key as possible with the units on the first 2 turns, because I still wanted us to have at least 1 turn against the Int ZAMASU with Beerus. And you can see God Goku very often likes to go off and make it so that will not be the case. I actually don't remember how many orbs I picked up with Bulma. I don't know if she's double supering. She doesn't have a ton of links active, so she potentially isn't going to kill him here anyway. I think even if she triple supers, she's probably not going to kill him. But would at least like to see 1 more turn with Beerus against the ZAMASU here. Although, I mean, we've kind of already seen what we needed to see for this phase, right? Which is that he tanks very, very well in slot 1. I would kind of like to see how well he's tanking after that as well. But obviously if I do this, I mean, if I do this, we could kind of get away with the blue boys getting the dodges here, ideally, and then we would see what Beerus does in slot 2. But when I put Beerus in slot 1, we can get our 7 orbs. I'll keep the blue boys on rotation here. Remember, we have the support from Bulma, and now we have the support from Gowasu and ZAMASU. So we're at 266k defense at the start of the turn. As long as the first hit isn't a super, he jumps right up to over 500k. And yeah, obviously in slot 1, he tanks everything like an absolute beast. 13.4 million. Now, this is what this guy is doing with like 2 links active and the Bulma support from the previous turn. And then he jumps up to 14 mil. Because remember, he infinitely stacks. So we really do desperately need either a new, like a Whis, like a Dokkan Fest Whis. Also, look how cool that KO screen is. Dokkan Fest Whis, maybe. The problem with Beerus is he's one of those characters like Piccolo, until obviously we finally got like Orange Piccolo, where any new Beerus, like if they bring out an LR Hakai Beerus, we were talking about this on the podcast last night, a new Beerus LR, where it's just Beerus on his own, who does the Hakai, like that would be super cool. Except for the fact that obviously he'd just be called Beerus, so he's going to be in the exact same... he's going to have the exact same problem that all of the Beeruses have in the game right now, which is that they just all have the same name. So, this is awkward for Key. I should have put Goku in slot 1, really. I didn't want to put, I did not want to put the blues in slot 3. I mean, I can get 3 orbs and just hope for the dodges, I guess. But a little bit unfortunate. Well, actually, if I do this... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it means Vegito's not going to do much here in terms of damage, which I guess is fine, right? Because we're not here to see him. There's the dodge from the blue boys in slot 1. You love to see it. And so then obviously Tech Vegito's just going to dodge everything in slot 2. Goku has his guard. He's already supered, what was he? Supered like 3 times on the first turn. So even though ZAMASU does hit considerably harder after he super attacks, we should be looking good here. And yeah, we'll get to see a turn of physical... Beerus versus Fusion ZAMASU. So one of the things that I have failed to see in multiple attempts at using Beerus on different stages though since his EZA yesterday is getting his active skill. Now obviously in this harder event it's not that difficult to do if you are taking some hits. But of course, like a team like this, very, very strong team, most of the time we're not going to be taking that much damage, right? So like, even if God Goku doesn't dodge one of these attacks from ZAMASU at the end here, I can't imagine he's going to take that much damage, right? He's gotten off multiple supers already. He's got guard. Maybe if he's taking like 20 to 30k and we get hit like a couple of times, we could drop below the threshold, but I don't see that being hugely likely. And here he goes getting another triple super turn. So, man, I don't understand people who downplay God Goku. I mean, this is what, 2 turns in a row now? 2 appearances in a row? Triple 9 million attack stat supers. So, actually, does that put us to the right amount? Or are we just below? Oh, let's go. Well, there you go. I spoke it into existence. So, we've got an attack in slot 1. Let's go ahead and turn the animation skip off here so we can check out our boy Beerus. So, Beerus has the active skill, Wrath. Activated when HP is 70% or less from the 4th turn. So, we're right on track here. Well, that's turn 5, right? Yeah, but he was on turn 3. So, right on track here to be able to use it. Because we are at 7, I think we're bang on like 70%, maybe like 69% perhaps. Attack and defense 50%, attacks effective against all types guaranteed to hit. I mean, the last 2 parts aren't important in this fight because we get effective against all types against the Realm of God's enemy anyway. But attack and defense 50% is pretty good. It's a shame we can't have the Bulma orbs in play as well. So let me go ahead and do this. And we'll use Beerus' active skill. We won't take it personally, because destruction is his job after all. It's a nice little power up, and then let's go ahead and we'll put the skip back on, and we'll do this. Alright, so should be a pretty spicy setup here. Now, unfortunately, again, we're not going to be able to see what he's looking like with Bulma support. But he goes up to being at basically 300k start of turn. So remember, when he gets hit, he's getting 150% extra. Bulma is about to give him extra support as well. So he's going to be over 300k, which means when he gets hit in slot 1, he goes up to over 600k defense. Yeah, we can only just get the 5, but that's fine. That gives the support. That's what we want to see. So ideally, we see him take the super in slot 1, which will be before he takes the hit of the turn. But the problem with Beerus is, of course, if he takes the hit afterwards, then he's not taking the same kind of damage, right? Because he loses 30% of his damage reduction after attacking. But pretty big attack stat here. Effective against all types. We get the additional super as well. So 17.4. Obviously, like, they can't make him invincible, but imagine, okay, this is the scenario, so let's see. Oh, he got the dodge. My Beerus has level 3 dodge. Oh, somewhere truth is cackling into the wind. Level 3 dodge agenda. So, I mean, so what was he at that point realistically, right? So he doesn't get defense on super. I was just about to say, right, if they wanted to make him, like, invincible, best TUR without question. Because when you consider how much defense damage reduction he has before he attacks, imagine if he greatly raised defense for the turn on super. And then on that turn, we got a double super. He's going to be rocking, what, like close to 1 million defense with still having 40% damage reduction. That's pretty good. So he would have eaten that super reasonably well. So I'm just trying to think, what are the actual... Let me get the stats up here for... physical fusion ZAMASU and how much damage he actually does. Now, obviously, he does do extra damage because it's extreme versus super, but we're type neutral. He does 1.75 million, but he also raises his attack for 1 turn. So I'm pretty sure he's getting close to like 2 million attack, right? Or 2 million damage the fusion ZAMASU does, which means after attacking, Beerus was at, what, like 600k defense with 40% damage reduction. So the 40%, I mean, that shaves that 1 million, 2 million damage down to being a little bit over 1 million, right? Like 1.2, something like that. But with 600k defense, that means he's still taking around 600k. So he would still die in that instance, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we could not get the fusion with the... We healed too much to get the fusion with the other Goku and Vegeta, which is unfortunate. However, I can go ahead and do the good old... it's been a while since we've gotten a Vegito active skill into the video here. So let's go ahead and do this. Get the old final Kamehameha in slot 3, and then we can put him in slot 1. We keep that 70% dodge chance. And then the blue boys in slot 2 obviously get extra attack power. So if Vegito doesn't finish him off here, that should be GG. Of course, there is the possibility that Vegito just doesn't dodge in slot 1 and gets instantly killed. But I'm hoping that that will not be the case. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll do this. Obviously, Beerus isn't going to get to see another turn here. But, I mean, I would say that's a pretty good performance from Beerus. I mean, the level 3 dodge coming in clutch. Like I say, unfortunately, after supering, that physical physical fusion Zamasu super probably does still kill Beerus, or maybe on a team like this where we have a lot of HP, if we're on full health, we could potentially survive. And I mean, with that level of defense, he's tanking all the normals after that as well. It's just the one big super, but I think it's a good trade-off, right? Like, I don't think units should be absolutely invincible whilst also dropping, like, you know, 13 to 17 million attack stats. If he's taking the super in slot 1, he's eating it, right? Because of that, all that extra damage reduction. So if his only real weakness is the damage he's taking from big boss super attacks after he supers, then I would say that that is pretty good. And I mean, we used the Whis here just to protect turn 1 and 2, so I can make sure we got to the Beerus rotation on turn 3. But realistically, outside of Tech Vegito taking the AoE, where he obviously would have taken a bit of extra damage, we didn't even really need it, because like a lot of the units were dodging. I mean, we could have got unlucky in one spot, you never know. But I think that's a pretty good run for Beerus. Like I say, my biggest, I suppose, complaint, if you want to call it that, is the fact that he doesn't link super well with a lot of these other characters that you're going to run on the Realm of Gods team, right? Like Connoisseur, he has Berserker, which is a terrible link. Prodigies is not a terrible link for some characters. Like, I think some of the God Vegetas have it. So I suppose once this blue evolution Vegeta gets his EZA, right, the LR from the 6th anniversary, that could make an interesting pairing on a Realm of Gods team, because that's another 15% attack. And then the Innocence obviously is a link that he's going to share with some of the characters that he's on, like Bond of Master and Disciple with, but no one on the Realm of Gods team really has it. Connoisseur is pretty much just that link that Beerus, Whis and Champa have. So, like, a new Whis would be nice. A new Hakai Beerus. I mean, could they give him another name? Probably not, with the way they've done these characters. It would be kind of nice, like, because he's just called Beerus. He doesn't really have a transformation. Like, God Topo has the, like, God of Destruction, like, extra part of his name. So maybe, like, make a Hakai Beerus where he has the purple aura and call him, like, Beerus Hakai mode in brackets, or God of Destruction mode or something, but they probably wouldn't do that with the naming convention for Beerus. I don't know. But yeah, new Whis would be very good. This guy is just really good. I really like him. He only has that one weakness, which, you know, it can pop up every now and then, but I think he's very, very good overall. I just want to be able to use him in, like, more setups and stuff, right? Because his real main 200% leads are the Blue Boys and then the in LR Gohan, Bond of Master and Disciple. Now on JP, there's the new Gohan and Piccolo that give a ton of support to Bond of Master and Disciple. So this guy really can go crazy. But yeah, I think he's awesome. Plus, look at his sticker effect, right? The giant, like, supernova ball looks so cool like that. So let me know what you guys think of Beerus. He definitely made some good work of Fusion Zamasu there. He is well suited to all of the red zone stages here. Again, taking a super before he attacks, he's just going to handle business in all of those stages. When it comes to after he attacks, physical Fusion Zamasu probably does kill him, or at least almost kill him. But that level 3 dodge, baby, coming in clutch. You love to see it. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.